What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and today we're back on Dragon Ball. Still in the same lane, end of the season, character discussions, where characters are, how they moved, etc, etc. So on the top half we talked about Kid Buu already, we talked about Gohan already, we kind of talked about Bardock a while ago, interestingly enough. So right now, again, I'm saving GT for last. I want to talk about one that's not really talked about, and I've gotten lit up for a little bit, Adult Gohan. So, Adult Gohan, there's a few things about him. So, like, at the end of the year, last year, I made a video about, like, 3 really good underplayed characters, and I actually had him in that list. This is, like, right when people started learning about Universal Fuzzy. And why I put him in that group was because, honestly, amongst top players, especially like last year, like, yeah, he was there, but like we all agree he's a top 5 character. But despite him being that good, like, for example, we could use, like, say, World Tour, the various World Tour events we've had, right? Like, especially at the beginning of the year, Bardock was like ubiquitous, right? There's always like more than 10 Bardock players or something, or even like post Evo, like there's always like more than 10 GT Gokus and stuff like that. Like Adult Gohan, I feel like for how good he isn't played as much as I feel like he should be. And the one thing about him, and like, let's hop in the game real quick. Specifically, let's have like a season 2 squad. This is a season 1 squad. What am I doing? And a season 2 squad. Where is he? There we go. So the one thing about him is like low key, he has been top tier pretty much the entire duration of the game. Like, since literally day one. I mean, Kid Buu was like this too, but you know, people came at Kid Buu pretty like aggressive. Like, oh, he's so good, he's so stupid, is this, that, and this. Like at the start when Adult Gohan had like the 1 bar hard knockdowns, people were really not feeling him, let's say. But over time, like, he's just kind of weaved in and out of like the public's perception, while just always being really good. So if you talk about season 1, it was definitely like right when the game came out, he was amazing. Then it was kind of quiet for a while, it was all about itself for a little while, and then eventually we reached the Gotenks Gohan Yamcha, right? And that pretty much defined the rest of season 1. I'm talking about season 2 though. Like, he's still around. Like, the main thing is that he works really well with mad characters still, because it's really easy for him to do mix-ups. His core concept has never changed. He's really easy to do mix-ups with. And if we're talking about the end of the season, it's definitely Universal Fuzzy. They're just kind of like why you see more people playing him now than before. So he has actually pretty much the whole package. Like, when you have him on your team, you have a character that does almost everything you want to do in the game. I have really detested playing against this character for a long time. Like, he does a lot of damage. I never played him like on my own team, so I don't have the combos down, but he does a lot of damage, leg loops and all that. Good offense, so especially depending on like what level you're at. So this is like level 0, of course, right? But when he levels up, as we know, right? When he levels up, right? When he goes this mode, he gets 1 billion. Like, so many extra normals. He gets this as a command normal. He gets a lot of extra tools he doesn't normally have. His buttons are huge, so like, this is 9 frames, reaches mad far. This is huge, reaches mad far. Massive slide, as we all know. Huge 5H, as we all know. Has a DP, mega useful, right? Just like Gohan has a DP. And honestly, he really doesn't have any downsides besides he's locked behind unlimited potential. So like, he doesn't become his absolute best until you do a move, which is, I want to say, pretty much unique to him in this game. And then no Ki Blast. So he has this. This is, when the game came out, this was not such a big deal that it was this, but in today's game, his Ki Blast being Jump S or 2S, which doesn't reach full screen, is definitely a big deal. But the way the game is played, I don't feel like it affects him that much. So like, I have him out here, but a lot of teams that have him, they play him second, and they play him second for a reason. So the thing about him is that he's basically like made to reach his ideal game plan very easily, because since his assist is very useful in the context of this game, right? It's a DP assist. Never forget. Wow, I'm so bad at it because it's so fast. There you go. Never forget, right? So since his is so easy to use and has really easy applications, you pick whatever point character you want. You kind of just go in, you do what your character does, and then you DHC into him, and now you had to play no neutral with him, and now you're just in, and you're powerful, and you're amazing and strong. He is... I never understood why the scene just like lets him pass. Is it just because so many people always played him? So like, is it the case where, like, let's say I felt like in season one there weren't that many Kid Buu players actually, but there were a lot of people playing Adult Gohan. Or maybe is it just like because his combos are kind of like, in season one his combos were like the only unique ones. He had like the leg loops and stuff that was kind of cool. I don't know what it is that people let this like, this is the one that's fine. So like let's get someone that most people call a violator, right? Let's say a character that people are like, this character's a violator. Bardock, right? So before I was like, maybe like Bardock's kind of fallen off in the past couple months. He's kind of, you know, people are not using him as much in tournaments, right? I've talked about that before with how like his neutral is really good, but it's hard for him to do mix-up sometimes, blah 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 blah, right? But most people really don't like Bardock. They really hate Bardock. But Bardock is basically just doing mix to you all day. Like, yeah, he's got like lariat, that's stupid. He's got like an up lariat, that's kind of stupid too. Like, yeah, he's got this, that's stupid, but he basically, like, what does he do to you? Like, especially if he doesn't hit you, like, what does he do to you? As opposed to, like, Adult Gohan. So, despite what people say about his Ki Blast, right? So, his Ki Blast, yeah, it's kind of trash. Like, let's not, like, dance around the issue. His Ki Blast is not that great. But he has a lot of, like, movement options that people don't have. You gotta remember, very common theme in this game and on this channel, I'll say over and over and over again until y'all get it. Anti-airs are bad in Dragon Ball. So he, even though his Ki Blast game, like, this move is good, but this move is not good. He has a lot of good air tools, really mobile in the air. Yeah, right? Yeah. So he can move around the screen, stop super dashes at the same time. He has all the important stuff. Does a lot of damage, Universe fuzzies you, and people are just kind of, they're like, this is cool. I'm cool with him. If Adult Gohan touches you, you have to, even if he doesn't get this, right? So, I mean, before, you could not really do anything about this. Now, of course, you can guard cancel. But, even if he can't do that, he has ways to mix you up anyway. That still, like, you know, are still pretty hard to block. And he could just do it whenever, as opposed to Bardock, who can't do it whenever. But we complain about this, like it's 2020. Like, we're gonna sit here and complain about this still, while this guy on player one side can do this. Okay, like, he can really end our lives with that, right? It's just an interesting thing to think about. Like, he has literally been top 5 the whole game. He's been top 5 the entire game. He's basically been the same game plan the whole game. A very good game plan for this game, by the way. Like, I don't blame anybody who plays him. It's all, like, again, high damage, good offense, good buttons, reversals, and relatively easy ways to apply everything. And, like, low key, like, a lot of the good tech that comes out in the game, like ways to beat guard cancel, for example. Like, last year that was a big thing, or this year, of course, like universal fuzzy and stuff like that, or even like the ways to do, like, you know, like how we got Kid Buu mix up with the super jump fastball. Like, all these things Gohan gets to use like pretty easily with like relatively low effort, you know. And the only downside really is just like he doesn't have Ki Blast, and that his projectile game is committal, because, you know, he has Masenko, but it's a beam. So we all know, remember from Cell, beams, yeah, they're good, but you can't whiff, right? So he's just like a really complete package for the game. So unlike I like him and Team Gohan a lot, because, like, especially Team Gohan, but him and Team Gohan are obviously similar, and they both have the, like, main core package of what you need to be a good Dragon Ball character. Like, GT and Kid Buu have, like, all this extra shit that's like, why do you have these things? And then Bardock has, like, a pretty simple kit too, but he has like a lot of like small nuances. Like most characters don't have moves like that, or like have a move like this that's that fast or stuff like that. So a lot of the Bardock things are just like, oh, we just happen to give him these things. Where like Teen Gohan and Adult Gohan, they have like tools that almost all Dragon Ball characters have, but like in a really good way, and tools that people would really like easy ways to go airborne so you can mix up and stuff like that. Overall, like I think even next season, like assuming we get another patch, even next season, like it's really hard to nerf this character and keep him good. There was also like, side note, there was an article when the game came out where I'm definitely not wording this the right way, but they basically base all the characters off like Super Saiyan Vegeta, SSJ Goku, and like Adult Gohan, I think, or like these are the characters that we'd like to make all characters like, or something like that. And it really shows. Like his kit is really good and complete and whole. And it's funny that I said not that many people were playing him, and then now mad people are playing him, and mad people should be playing him because he's super good. He's one of the top 5 characters in the game for sure. All right, let me know if you have any questions about him. I think he's like pretty straightforward overall. As another side note, like I think it also kind of depends on your region too, because like if you're talking about the States, he's been pretty uncommon until very recently. But let's say like in Europe, like everyone in Europe has at least one DP character on their team, at least one, like Vegeta, Gohan, Adult, or Teen, like something on their team. And then in Japan, it kind of just depends on where we are in the meta. Like I think right now he's being played more. At the end of season 1, he was being played a lot, but at the beginning of season 2, he wasn't being played so much. It kind of just varies. But he's like an anchor. Like he's always there for you. Like he's always gonna be. I feel like season 3, if there's a patch, like if there's like a severe balance patch, like he's still gonna end up in just about the same spot for the same reasons. Because how do you change this? Like people need to be raised to him. I think that would be a pretty good ideal for the game. But yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. Thank you to all the subscribers who've been subscribing, and I'll see you next time.